Something to notice in both of the readings today. First, from Genesis, we hear of Joseph and his brothers, and his brothers end up throwing him in a pit and then wanting to kill him, but end up selling him into slavery. Why do they do it? Are they really angry at Joseph? Not exactly. They're angry at their dad, and they're using Joseph as a way to get back at him, as a way to show that they are upset and that they are hurt. And it says at the beginning, because Israel, Jacob, he seemed to love Joseph more. He was giving more attention, more time, more love to Joseph, maybe, and neglecting his other sons. In a similar way, in the parable that Christ tells today in the gospel, the landowner sets these people, these tenants, over his vineyard, and when he sends to collect the produce, they want to keep it all for themselves. In some way, they're jealous of the, I guess maybe the power, the influence, the whatever it is of the landowner. And so they end up killing each of these servants who come looking to collect the produce as a way of getting back at him. Both of the readings, it's hurting someone else in order to send a message to someone in particular. For us today, maybe that's something to think about, right? Because this happens all the time, consciously and subconsciously, right? Where we are upset with someone and maybe we're afraid to confront them directly, or maybe we have and there's no easy and clear solution. And so we can tend then to try to hurt the people around them, even not thinking about it, just as a way of getting back at them, making them know that we are still upset, that we are still hurt. For us, one of the good things that we can do, and as Christians, Christ talks about being open to fraternal correction, right? We want our brothers and sisters, we want those around us to feel comfortable coming to us. If they have a grievance against us, if we've hurt them in some way knowingly or unknowingly, we want to make sure that they feel comfortable coming to us to tell us directly, not going around and hurting the people around us, trying to get the message through in all of these kinds of ways, but to be as direct as possible. And we want to do the same with other people as well. For our part, maybe something we can think about in some of those more challenging, maybe relationships or things in our lives. Are there things that we can do from our part to make sure that those people know that the door is open, right? That the door is open, that if they have something, they can speak to us. They don't have to be afraid. They don't have to hide it. They don't have to try to go through all these other crazy means of getting the message to us. For us, we want, as Christ tells us, to have our hearts open, to have our minds open, so much so that other people feel comfortable coming and sharing with us real problems that exist and that we need to look at and address with them. Lord, we ask you to help all of us in our relationships today, especially in relationships where there is real challenge, maybe where there isn't a clear and easy solution. And at the very least, help us to be open with each other so that maybe we can eventually come to some kind of resolution.